Welcome back to episode 54 of the Two Guys, Two Seamen Podcast. What a frenzy we have had over the past 48 hours in the NFL. We will get to a lot of it. Won't be able to get to all of it. Over 200 different things happened over the NFL the past 2 days. So we'll get to a lot of it. A couple NBA things, a couple college basketball things, and I'm sure we'll touch base on a few other things at the end. I am joined today by Chad and Michael.
Howdy.
Hello.
All right, a lot of NFL to get to, so let's just get into it. A lot of what happened yesterday and the night before, I have a grading scale on, but what's happened today, those grades have not been given out yet, at least the last time I checked. Obviously, the two biggest names or things that we're waiting on was Russell Wilson signed with the Steelers, and apparently that was a C+ according to ESPN for the Steelers. I don't know what other options they had. What are they going to go with? Kenny Pickett? I mean,
he
I
wasn't
don't know.
good.
And to be fair, Russell Wilson hasn't been terrible. If you look at his stats, he hasn't been terrible.
Not for the money he was getting, though.
Well, no, definitely overpaid.
Steelers are kind of like the 49ers situation. It's like everything's there, just missing a quarterback who can consistently keep them afloat.
Yeah. And then, unfortunately, Chad, you lost Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Sarah, that was, or I guess Monday. Monday was not a great day. That was, it sucked, because, he looks like might be on his way to an MVP season and gets hurt, and then now we don't get to see what he could be, and now he's down in Atlanta. A lot of people are saying he was overpaid.
They've been saying that for 8 years.
45 million is the average for a top 10 quarterback. So,
yeah.
He may be mediocre by his record, but the way he was playing last year was said otherwise. So, I don't know. The Vikings are not in a good position right now. They're picking 11, so really out of the running of getting. I'm just hoping we don't draft a Christian Ponder. That's all.
You've had enough of that already.
Yeah.
Now that the quarterbacks have kind of fallen where they have, and you're not going to get one of the top ones in the draft unless there's some kind of miracle trade that happens. Do you all go in to try to trade for Justin Fields at this point?
I hope not.
What's you gonna go with Sam Darnold then? That's it.
Yep. Fuck it, we're tanking.
I don't know. I feel like Justin Fields would give you a better shot than who's on your roster right now.
What do we have to give up to get him, though?
Probably not a lot. His value's gone into the tank.
There's a fourth, maybe a fifth.
Yeah, I feel like if you have a savvy enough general manager, you could definitely try to do it, but you never know. They got that inner division. They probably charge you a little extra because you're in the same division.
I also heard that the Bears might keep him for right before the trade deadline and then trade him then. Kind of let him up his stock a little bit since it's gone down a little. I don't know if that would work out. Because what happens if he's playing great and let's say through week 7 the Bears are 4-3 and he's playing amazing.
Well, he won't be playing.
Why not?
Be Caleb Williams.
What if he's not ready?
What do you mean?
Why haven't they traded him yet?
Oh, what?
I'm just saying. Why haven't they traded Fields yet?
If they have Caleb Williams, they're gonna start Caleb Williams. I really don't think they would. I don't see a world where Justin Fields is on that roster and Caleb Williams is on that roster, and Justin Fields is the starter. Maybe in preseason.
Maybe. What date is the draft start again?
Like the last Thursday in April, I think.
April 25th. All right. So a little over a month away. All right.
We'll see. I mean, he could be a draft trade. You never know.
Draft night trade, yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously we just mentioned Kirk Cousins signed with the Falcons, which obviously made the Falcons just traded Desmond Ridder to the Cardinals, and they got a receiver out of it, which is Rondale Moore.
Wait, what just happened?
Desmond Ridder was traded from the Falcons to the Cardinals.
Oh, I didn't see that. That happened today?
Yeah, happened today. And Rondale Moore is now going to Atlanta.
Wow.
So a solid, third receiver probably.
Yeah. They're scary now.
Yes, they are.
Wow.
they get Bijan on track.
Wow.
Oh, this team's looking scary. I mean, as long as nobody gets, any of their major players get hurt, they should walk that division.
Yeah, because that division wasn't good to begin with.
No. I mean, the Buccaneers made the playoffs last year. It went 9-8, right? So. I mean, it's not good.
Yeah, that's anybody's division. It's clearly, hands down, the worst division.
Yeah, I mean, I said at the beginning of the year that it's a dog shit division. So I gotta fix my camera.
Now, a lot of people, and maybe you can speak a little bit more on it, Chad, since you live there. A lot of people were hyped to hear that Eagles signed Saquon Barkley. The rating scale on this signing is a D+, but it's all based on the money that he received, which is people are thinking they overpaid for him.
I don't think they did. I mean, if he produces and he's healthy, then he's worth it. They went if they go to the Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl, who gives a fuck about how much they overpaid him? They won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's the only reason the Giants had any success in the last few years, and the Giants, for some reason, translated that into overpaying Daniel Jones. So, I mean, I feel like the Giants probably should have saved their money for Barkley instead of Jones. At least they could have had ground and pound game and figure. There's plenty of quarterbacks out there right now.
I think they're paying him like $50 million this year for Daniel Jones.
That's insane.
That's
a
tough pill to swallow.
Yes,
that's
that is
not as bad as Russell Wilson dead cap hit for the Broncos, but it's right up there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically a dead cap. You're not going to get anything out of Daniel Jones. So.
Sure.
I think Saquon was just done with them, though. I mean, he was reportedly done before last season started. So it's not a surprise that he left. Also, the Eagles re-signed Landon Dickerson, their Pro Bowl guard, which they needed to. With Jason Kelce retiring, they need to keep as much of that line as they can.
Yeah, I don't see how that's a B. How's that a B re-signing? I guess the money they think they were paid for him. Is all this money stuff based on like the salary cap if it was 225? Because I feel like that you can spend a little more since it went up by 25 million, and you can give bonuses that don't go against the cap.
Right. Yeah. The Landon Dickerson B rating was according to Bleacher Report for this one.
Bleacher Report. Okay.
You know.
Yeah, I'll take that for what it is.
Yeah, Bleacher Report and ESPN were the only ones that I could, find reports on.
I'll give it an A.
I did averages between both of them. So Bleacher Report, ESPN, I would do the average grade. That's why it's at a B. So I think ESPN had it at an A minus. So all right, and then I'm gonna say it. I don't know if y'all are on board. I think it's an overreaction that Derrick Henry signed with the Ravens.
Yes. 100%.
The Ravens were the best running team last season. So adding him is going to do what? Make them the best running team again? I mean, it all comes down to Lamar Jackson's passing ability. Now, hopefully, what did Lamar, I think in the playoff game against the Chiefs, he ran 8 times. That's it. 8. He's got to do more than that with his legs. I think it's an overreaction. I don't agree with an A minus on this.
They lost defensive players too, so I don't see how
Queen is gone.
I don't see how they everyone thinks that they're going to be in the Super Bowl next year, just because they got Derrick Henry. Having Derrick Henry on your team has proven that you do not go to the Super Bowl so far. So adding him isn't going to get you over that hump. You need to re-sign your defense.
Though to be fair, Ryan Tannehill is not Lamar Jackson. So,
true. But they got close. Tennessee did pretty well.
Yeah, I mean they've been to the playoffs. They've had a couple. Didn't they have a couple Derrick Henry has a couple playoff wins, doesn't he? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, with Tannehill. Tannehill led him to a couple playoff wins, I'm pretty sure.
But in 8 seasons, a couple playoff wins is not good.
How old is Derrick Henry now, too?
30? Yeah. Yeah,
Getting to that age for running backs.
Both him and Lamar are having checkered injury history, So it's like you're two of your best offensive weapons. You're hoping that they're going to stay healthy.
Lamar hasn't been that injured. He's been injured a little bit, but not that injured. He was out the rest of the year because he didn't want to come back and get hurt.
Because he
got paid
for a contract. Yeah.
And that's it.
But
that's all he's had. He hasn't really been out before that.
But can Mark Andrews stay healthy too?
Who knows?
I mean,
OBJ's gone.
Yeah.
Did OBJ get signed?
I haven't heard yet.
I've just been hearing rumors that he wants to go to the Chiefs.
I don't like it.
He's he's trying to chase Super Bowls.
I don't like it. I know he's been humbled a little bit over the past couple seasons, but I don't like it.
He's too injured. That's it.
Yeah. There's too many other good wide receivers out there to pay him what he wants.
I will say the prospect on paper, Derrick Henry to the Ravens, is scary, right? Because with those play actions now, I mean, you can't leave it one-on-one on the edge against Derrick Henry. He's going to eat that up, But I don't know. I think it's an overreaction. I think that this is an easy. They graded it an A minus. I say a C. I don't know. I don't think it's as good as what people think.
Yeah, I agree.
The Commander. Go ahead.
No, I'd say just like most of these, I guess we'll just have to see. They gotta.
Well, yeah.
Gotta prove it. This is definitely a exciting free agency period. There's a lot of what ifs going on right now.
Yeah.
The Commanders added Bobby Wagner. Dan Quinn gets another, potential solid piece for his defense.
They're gonna be shit. They're the Commanders. They're always gonna be shit. Like, are they getting? They got Bobby Wagner. How old is Bobby Wagner?
I think it's more of a leadership thing as opposed to,
that's what
a
I
playmaker.
Figure. I mean, he's still good.
I mean, I would hope they're not going to rely on him to.
He's like 35. I want to say
150 tackles
or something like that. Or
yeah, he's up there.
33.
He's up there. I feel like he's been around for like 20 years.
It does. Legion of Boom feels like he was there before that, like well before that.
He was there from the beginning of Legion Boom.
Speaking of defense, the Panthers traded Brian Burns to the Giants. Kind of I didn't know he was on the market to be traded.
Yeah. I mean, it's been talked about ever since the last trade deadline that he would be traded.
Okay.
The
Panthers sucked so bad last year.
Yeah.
That I didn't pay attention. So
and you probably no, I mean, Brian Burns, like I've heard of him, but I haven't seen him play. I'll be honest. I have
Panthers
not seen
are
him
in shambles, man. I don't know what they're doing. They got rid of
Deontay Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but Bryce Young was improving. They got rid of McCaffrey last year. They just, I don't know. They're dumping all their talent and starting from scratch, but they don't even have a good core. I feel like
no.
They're the worst team in the worst division, so that makes them the worst team in the NFL.
Possibly.
They have a shit owner too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, David Tepper. That dude's a dickhead.
Yeah. A couple of re-signs. Lions got their offensive lineman Glasgow re-signed. A big deal for them.
Yep.
He's a huge piece of that line. Colts re-signed Michael Pittman Jr. Again, another solid player to keep. DeAndre Swift signed with the Bears. Okay. He
had a decent season with the Eagles in the beginning of the season. The end wasn't great. I don't know. He's got to stay healthy too.
And then the Bills re-signed Deion Dawkins, their left tackle. Again, another solid re-sign. Need it. But they did lose their center, Mitch Morse. So a couple centers around the league are gone. Jason Kelsey retired. Mitch Morse is gone. But the Bills did sign Curtis Samuel. So, they lost. They lost Gabe Davis, right?
Yeah.
So, they had to replace him somehow. You think this is a good fit?
I mean, it's a fit.
Okay.
How often have you seen him play?
Not very, but he is. If he can stay healthy, he's solid.
Talking about Curtis Samuel.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, when he's healthy, he's good. I mean, he was on the same team as Terry McLaurin, and he kind of got overshadowed by McLaurin. And just overall, most people aren't talking. It's a big
shadow to be under.
Yeah, most people aren't hyping up the Commanders just in general because what have they done?
They traded away their quarterback, Sam Howell. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He went to Arizona, right? Or am I misremembering that?
He's from North Carolina.
Yes, he's Kyler's backup now.
Yeah, he's Kyler's backup now.
I thought you were saying where he's from.
No, sorry. No. Where he got traded to. Yeah.
Kyler's backup. He may take Kyler's job.
Yeah, I mean, especially if a new Call of Duty comes out.
Yeah.
All right, Chad. Your Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, we signed some defensive players. I haven't really heard too much of Jonathan Greenard, and I know who Jerry Tillery is because I think he was on the Vikings.
He was drafted by the Chargers, old GM Telesco.
Yeah, okay.
The second Telesco got hired as the Raiders GM, he cut him. Got fired by the same guy twice.
Yeah, I mean, our offseason begins whenever we get a quarterback, other than Sam Darnold.
Right. So obviously we mentioned Derrick Henry, leaving Tennessee, but they're replacing him with Tony Pollard. Again, okay. Everyone
of these signings is just like, okay, you want to stay mediocre, cool.
Right. Exactly. But you have you're
ones.
Rebuilding.
You have some good ones, but Tony Pollard, the team's bad.
He's dropped. He's dropped off. He's not an all down back.
No.
Yeah, and their other running back, Tajay Sharp, is like similar style running back. It's like a agile and shifty running back as opposed to when you have running backs pairs, you need to have different styles. You need to have a bruiser and then a third down back for catching and stuff. So it's like they have two agile running backs, and I don't know. We'll see. And maybe Tony Pollard just needed a change of scenery.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Dak's not your quarterback, anything's possible.
Yeah, boys is quarterback now.
That's a team that I haven't seen on this list.
Yeah, I was going to mention it after we were done with all the talk, but the Raiders signed Christian Wilkins. It's a huge pickup for them. That's a solid signing, but Raiders aren't going to do anything. Not in that division. Definitely not. So, hey, go for your money. Get your money.
Yeah.
If that's what's important, go get it. And he got it. All right.
Yeah, now he's got a nice mansion somewhere in Vegas. I think a lot of players just see Vegas and they're like, yeah, that's where I want to be. It's a new city that players can go and be signed as a free agent.
Yeah. Well, the NBA is talking about expanding again, and Vegas is at the top of their list. So everything's moving to Vegas, I guess.
Yep.
All right, my beloved Packers. We decided to move on from Aaron Jones, but I think we replaced him with someone slightly better, as long as he is healthy, and that is Josh Jacobs. Excited to see again, as long as he's healthy. But Aaron Jones has been hurt pretty, consistently over the past 3 years. He never seemed to be hurt for the Cowboys games though, so that was always good. And then it came out today that the Packers are re-signing our AJ Dillon. So that beefs up that backfield. And then the biggest move that the Packers have made so far was signing Xavier McKinney, which is huge for us. Since, from my understanding, it seems like him backing up that side of the field that Jair is going to be on. That's a scary side of the field for a receiver to be on. So looking forward to that. All right, Michael, your Chargers.
I thought we were not going to be doing much. It felt like all the news you heard about the Chargers going into this offseason, they're in cap hell. They have 4 bloated contracts with Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Khalil Mack, and Joey Bosa, and it basically seemed like at least 2 of them had to go, if not 3. And somehow we made some lemonade out of lemons. Restructured both Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack's deals. I didn't see that coming. I know a lot of Chargers fans were talking shit on Joey Bosa in the last few weeks because they're like, can't stay injured, because the news has been getting fed out. So their Chargers fans are preemptively saying goodbye to players before the pen hits the paper. And honestly, I'm happy. I think the new GM Horitz, forget his first name, came from the Ravens. Him and Jim Harbaugh, they're working some magic. And Gus Edwards going from Harbaugh to Harbaugh. That's seems like a smart move. I definitely like Gus Edwards. He was definitely one of those guys who was fantasy touchdown guru last year. I think he had 13 touchdowns in that MVP offense with Lamar. And then just today they signed Hayden Hurst. So Chargers way more active than I was expecting. This definitely impacts the draft. What we were looking at. A lot of Chargers fans were thinking possibly taking a tackle, possibly taking Brock Bowers, but with the signing of Hayden Hurst now, I'm pretty sure all eyes are on Malik Neighbors or Marvin Harrison Jr. But from what I heard, the GM thinks Neighbors is the better wide receiver out of the two. So
I also see that Neighbors is supposed to go 4th right now. So
not a bad problem to be in. Marvin Harrison Jr. or Malik Neighbors, I feel like it's a win-win with either.
Oh
of those
no, I'm sorry. Marvin Harris. Yeah, you're right. Marvin Harrison Jr. is 4th. My bad. And the last I saw earlier today, the last I saw was it's still listing a tackle for you all, even after all this. So
we'll see. I mean, you never know. It's new GM trying to get used to how they're thinking.
mm-hmm.
We did lose our center, Corey Lindsley, to health issues. I'm pretty sure he's medically retired now, so we don't have a center. I know it's not a tackle.
Former Packer. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it's with us signing your guys' used linemen and then them all shit in the bed when they get here. Bulaga was the last one who failed us.
That's true. Maybe you all are about to get Bakhtiari.
No, I think we're done signing your guys' used linemen. Hopefully,
they want to go.
They've been paying attention.
They're tired of the cold, man. They want to go from Green Bay to L.A. It's just what it is.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and we saw the emergence of the Texans last season, and they just beefed up their defense with Danielle Hunter being signed. And they also signed Joe Mixon, which is interesting.
Yeah. Could be good.
Denico Autry.
Do they still have Singletary?
No, they got rid of him.
They got rid of him. Okay. So Joe Mixon's going to be their starter then.
No, they didn't have a rookie or a second-year player that was good on Texans.
What position?
Running back.
Running back.
They had Damon Pierce.
Yeah, Damon
Pierce. Yeah.
Singletary.
Damon Pierce is
Singletary.
RB1.
Well, no, they just signed Singletary. Sorry.
I just looked at the depth chart on ESPN, and it has Joe Mixon as their starter.
What about Damon Pierce?
Backup.
That's probably because he was injured. It's because he was injured.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'd see Damon Pierce is better than Joe Mixon.
Yes, I agree with that.
And he's been there already, so.
Yeah.
Jeff Okudah, cornerback, who was the number 3 pick in the 2020 draft. He was one of their draft picks. They brought him back for a 1-year prove-it deal. But they stole 2 in-division rival defensive players, Azeez Al-Shahir, very good linebacker, just underrated because he was on the Titans, and then Denico Autry. Looks like D'Amico Ryans former stud middle linebacker for the Texans. Now their head coach is building a defense that he likes. I'm sure he's going to have a lot of fun coaching that defense next year.
And they'll have a lot of fun being coached by him too. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, he's a good coach. Definitely the best, in my opinion, was one of the best coaching jobs of last year.
Because there was zero expectations. Now expectations are starting. So we'll see what happens. But
he kept it together while CJ Stroud was out, you know.
That's true. No. I'm not trying to take anything away from him. Because CJ Stroud is special.
Oh shit. Breaking news, guys. Keenan Allen traded to the Bears for a 4th round pick. Keenan, fuck, man.
Wow.
That was the one guy I didn't want to see.
Wow.
But yeah, their
4th round pick, that's it.
4th round pick for Keenan.
That's what you're worth, Keenan Allen.
Fuck, man.
Dude, anybody could have given that up and grabbed him.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you gotta have the money available.
I mean, it's better than cutting him.
Well, true.
Which is nothing. It was which we're mulling over.
Yeah, I mean, you get a 4th round. Yeah.
So now guaranteed that pick's going to be a wide receiver because Mike Williams. Well, actually, I did hear one thing. We did cut Mike Williams, but there's rumors they might try to re-sign him back after cutting him to a deal that works in the cap. But yeah, that's pretty big news.
NFL teams do that a lot. They cut players just to re-sign them. It's a salary move.
Yeah.
Or a salary cap move.
Different tactic to restructuring, I guess. But what do you guys think about the Bears wide receivers now? You got DJ Moore and Keenan Allen on the same team.
It's pretty fucking good.
But
Caleb Williams is going to have 2 stud wide receivers to start his NFL career.
But they don't have an offensive line. So, I mean, good luck.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe Burrow showed that he didn't need an O-line. He got him to a Super Bowl without an O-line.
Yeah, but he's Joe
Are
Burrow.
you comparing Caleb Williams to Joey Ice?
Hey, man.
Really?
They're saying Caleb Williams is one of the highest rated quarterbacks ever. You know?
He's going to be Greg Oden. That's what he's going to turn out to be.
We'll see. Bears are cursed at quarterback picks, so...
Yeah, he's already a bust. In my eyes. He's a bust at number
Keenan.
1. If he goes number 1, it's a bust. If he goes like 30th, I wouldn't consider it a bust, even though he's gonna suck.
Yeah, that is surprising. If you were to say, hey, list 5 teams you think Keenan Allen could be traded to, the Bears definitely would not be on that list.
I did not see that coming.
It has to be teams with a high cap space available. Because how much is Keenan Allen costing you all, or was costing you all?
Oh, it was like
30-something million.
It was over 25. You know, each one of those players, the 4 that I was saying, Mack, Bosa, Williams, and Allen, they all were the top 10 cap hits for this season in the NFL.
Yeah,
so like they were in the top 10. That's just like, yeah, something had to give. It's sad, but it's part of the business. And I wish Keenan all the best of luck. It's really, really sad. The very last San Diego Charger is Joey Bosa. He's the last
loose moose.
Yeah. So it's almost fully gone.
All right, so somebody that won Comeback Player of the Year last season, Joe Flacco, has a new team, which I feel bad for the Browns because Deshaun Watson is probably one of the worst contracts in NFL history, and there is zero faith in that city that Deshaun Watson is going to be able to get anything done.
That's why they got Jameis Winston.
So, the 30-30 guy. Yep.
He got LASIK after. Hey, he got LASIK after that, jackass. He can see now.
Right.
True.
Does LASIK help with your arm talent?
It helps you with your eyes so you can see that the player you're throwing to is your player, not the other one.
Was he colorblind?
Hey, I'm colorblind. I'm offended.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, they wear different jerseys. You know, it's not like, you know, you can't tell, right?
I don't know. I mean, I like Jameis.
Hey.
Jameis Winston is fun to watch, and he's good for football, and he should be starting.
So Joe Flacco signed a 1-year deal with the Colts. So
back up Anthony Richardson because Gardner Minshew went to. Wait, Gardner Minshew went to the Raiders?
Yeah, he left. I just
Raiders,
yeah.
Man, Browns are just the king of having knuckleheads for quarterbacks.
They really are.
Manziel, Mayfield, freaking Watson, and now Winston. They just, I don't know, man. I said the Bears are cursed at QB, but I don't know.
Oh no,
the deal is with
it's
the Browns.
nobody worse than the Browns.
Yeah, I was gonna say, forget about the Browns. You're not giving the credit where it's due.
Jaguars beefed up their defensive line. They signed Eric Armstead from the 49ers. Huge loss for the 49ers, big pickup for the Jaguars. But unfortunately, Eric Armstrong's quarterback is Lawrence. So,
Armstead.
or Armstead's new quarterback is, Lawrence.
The backup's McCorkle Jones.
Never heard of him.
Mac Jones.
Oh. Yeah, well,
They upgraded their safety. They got Darnell Savage from you guys.
Yeah, we lost some. Like I said, Packers have always let people go a year or two before they should, but most of the time it has to do with money. And then Devin White signed with the Eagles.
That's a good one.
I didn't even know he was available.
Did not either until the breaking news came through today.
Was he? That was a free agent signing, not a trade.
It was not a trade.
Huh. I guess just like all of us, none of us knew that he was a free agent.
Huh.
It says, frustrated by not getting a new contract last offseason, White requested a trade, but instead played under the 5th-year option. He then struggled with foot and groin injuries throughout the season and was replaced by KJ Britt as they fought for a playoff berth. The two rotated in the postseason with Devin White playing 37 defensive snaps in 2 games. So, just looks like, since he requested a trade, I guess it was only a matter of time before he got out of there. It's kind of surprising that, but I guess when a player comes out and requests a trade, it kind of, it downs their, their what a team is willing to give up to trade for him, because he doesn't want to be there anyway. So why would I trade the house for him?
Right.
But yeah, that's a huge pickup for them.
The Bucks did re-sign Levante David, but he's 34 years old.
Yeah, he's getting old.
Yeah. Speaking of old players in the NFL, anybody else, real quick, before we get to that? Sorry, I didn't mean to do that segue.
No, that was pretty good. About as thorough coverage as we could. That's the biggest stories, I think, free agency wise. I don't have anything else.
Over 213 NFL free agency things, signings, trades, all that. Over 213 in the last 3 days. So,
man,
a lot.
NBA and baseball need to take notes on this free agency period. I mean, the free agency is just as exciting as like the regular season. Sometimes you're just like, it's a real life fantasy football, or like how we love to play our Madden franchises. Just
you love to
Monopoly
play Madden
money.
franchises.
Monopoly money.
So as I was saying, speaking of old football players, I don't like to talk about politics on here.
No, but this is sports
But
related politics.
I can't. So Robert F. Kennedy Jr. came out and
Oh,
announced.
that's what we're talking about. I thought we were talking about the Pornhub ban in Texas.
What?
Oh,
There's a
I've
Pornhub
not-
ban in Texas?
not heard of that.
Just
Apparently,
kidding.
it's banned
Did
in
you
North
just make that
Carolina
up?
too. So
No, it's true.
Did
Pornhub
you find that off of?
There was something Pornhub made a statement in response to the Texas governors making all citizens have to do age verification to go onto those websites. So you got to upload your ID and scan it.
What the
Just
I
fuck?
think
go
they
to
did that in
any
North
adult
Carolina too,
website.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and so they're just like, all right, well, screw you guys. You don't get it
I
at
don't
all.
want to have to sign up for something just to watch some porn. That's not.
You're gonna go into the pervert database.
Wow. Guess I can't ever go to Texas.
Yeah.
So yeah, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. came out and he said he listed 2 names for who he wants as his running mate for his independent candidacy for president. The first name was the former wrestler. What was his name?
Jesse Ventura.
Yes. And then he names Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. And now, I have not heard. I don't think Aaron Rodgers has said a word about this because I think that'd be blasted all over the place.
Yes, it
But
would.
why?
Why not?
I just. First of all, you're not going to win as an independent anyway. No matter
You're saying
what.
democracy is broken, Brian?
You think? You think? I don't know who you want to try to win the presidency with votes, right?
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers is a name everyone knows.
But nobody likes him.
There's a lot of people that like him. A lot of people like him.
Crazy people like him. Crazy
who?
people. Like
Joe Rogan?
far off the cliff conspiracy theorists love him. Like
Oh, well.
far off, like down, they fell off the cliff. They're so into it. Just like him and his ayahuasca or whatever in the fucking dark
Ayahuasca?
retreats. Yeah. Maybe him and Robert F. Kennedy could take a dark retreat together
Yeah.
and never
Go
come
on.
out.
Go on a walkabout.
Yeah, I mean,
Could you imagine?
He came out of that dark retreat and wanted to go sign with the Jets. Obviously,
Yeah,
there's
that's
something
how you know
in
those
there.
things. Yeah, those things aren't working for sure. Because how do you get clarity and say the Jets are where I need to go?
Yeah, I don't. Now here's the next question though. Does Rodgers do it
If it's elected?
if he's asked? If they
don't
have a
think
conversation, he
I don't
says, you
think
know
he
what,
will.
I want to pick you. Does he give up football?
No. He doesn't have to.
Yeah, but if he really wants to be committed to football next year, he's got to shut down these rumors right off the bat because you can't have a locker room where you're like, is this guy actually playing football with us or is he trying to set up his political career? Because that's definitely going to impact the locker room. Guys are not going to be a fan of that.
It's not super crazy for a former football athlete
Former.
But he's not a former.
He's
active.
He's about to be. He's pretty much already there. Like, he's 1 billion years old. He has more grays than he does whatever his natural hair color is. So, like, he's already pretty much there. He just tore his Achilles. Maybe he's going to retire. Who knows? That would fuck the Jets so hard, but
It really would.
I mean, but it's the Jets. I mean, the odds of him quitting the Jets and going to run for the vice presidency, I wouldn't put the odds that high. I think it could happen. It's the Jets. He wants to go back to MetLife and tear his other Achilles.
Could you imagine if he did accept and he was on the ballot?
I'd vote for him.
And then it's not going to happen. But let's just say Robert F. Kennedy becomes president, and then Rodgers goes on to win the Super Bowl for the Jets.
Gets inaugurated.
You want to talk about a conspiracy, right?
Never gonna happen. Jets
he
are
wouldn't have to
cursed.
go very far for the White House visit, you know? He just stays there.
Yeah. The vice president of the United States throws 3 touchdowns in the in the Super Bowl and wins the game.
All right, so apparently, something on a more serious note, apparently Dak Prescott's being investigated for an alleged sexual assault back in 2017. Apparently this was known at the time, and Dak Prescott tried to sweep it under the rug, and he just came out and sued the woman that claims this, and now that's why the police are involved, because he opened up a lawsuit against this woman.
For what? For
extortion.
So
they have a lawsuit against each other. Basically, he's saying that the claims are false, and she's extorting him. And
she wants $100 million, and he's going for $1 million. So,
does he? He's going for $1 million. I feel like
that's what I read earlier. Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna pay more in lawyer fees than he is gonna.
Jerry Jones will pay for it.
Like he's making a shit.
Jerry Jones has his own lawsuit going on. Have you heard about that?
I mean, he looks like a sexual predator, so.
No, it's not a sexual one.
Oh, okay.
It's about being some woman's father. It's about being some random woman's father, apparently.
I could see that too.
She wants a DNA test, so she filed a lawsuit to have that done. And last I read, a judge is granting that, so.
Ooh.
Guess we'll find out.
I wonder how much money they would give her. Like, how old is she?
I don't think any of those details are really released. It's all pretty vague reporting.
Damn.
Let's see. I wonder if that she's 27.
Okay.
She's 27. Jerry Jones is what, 87? So
yeah, he can just delay. He could probably just delay that thing until he dies, and then he doesn't have to worry about it.
Well, then they definitely have his DNA to run it. You know.
That's in his will. You can't use my DNA for any of that shit.
All right. Any other NFL stuff you wanted to get to before we move on? No? All good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. A couple NBA things. Celtics, again, tonight, rolled another team. Looking good.
Yeah, we held Kevin Durant only 20 points. And Jaylen Brown's just been on a tear since the All-Star break. He's scoring at least 30 points a game, I think, since the All-Star break. He's tearing it up. He's slowly living up to that that max contract we signed him to. Just hope it rolls right into the playoffs and we just steamroll everyone in the playoffs.
Oh.
30-3 at home.
Real quick, I guess we should bring this up, right, Michael?
Yeah.
Another breaking news. You want to go ahead?
Yeah. Hollywood Brown is signing with the Chiefs.
Is that your favorite
Marquise
team?
Brown. I mean,
May soon be.
It's not a team that I want to see signing big name players, but we'll see. We're gonna have to get past them eventually if the Chargers ever want to have success. So it doesn't really matter.
You're gonna have to wait till he retires.
We'll see. We'll see what Jim Harbaugh has to say about that.
Patrick Mahomes just restructured his contract, and it freed up $23 million in cap space this year.
There's no such thing as the cap anymore. They just convert everything to a signing bonus or a bonus, and it's
the owners are like,
real.
I got it.
Yeah, it's like, how much money does your owner actually have to give? And then we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out when it comes down to it. And then they just restructure it the year. Next year, guess what? Patrick Mahomes is going to do what? He's going to restructure his deal. And he's going to convert a shit ton of that to a bonus. And the owner's going to give him all that money. And then they're going to sign some more people. Because the salary cap isn't real.
Because then at that point, he'll be going for his fourth in a row, you know?
Yep.
So just
Kirk
immediately
Cousins,
boils
MVP, though.
Michael's blood.
It's all good.
You'll get yours. You
We'll
have
survive.
5 years of Harbaugh, right?
At least. We'll see. I mean, as long as everything stays smooth, you know. Harbaugh has been known to burn bridges or rub people the wrong way after he's been there for too long.
All right. Back to the NBA. So Anthony Davis made NBA history over the weekend. He became the first player ever with 25 or more points, 25 or more rebounds, 5+ assists, and 5 or more steals in the same game. So now we have to put it into context now. Obviously, that stat line seems fantastic, right? But they played Minnesota. Karl Anthony Towns did not play, and Rudy Gobert did not play. So there needs to be.
He was basically going against kindergartners.
He was going against Naz Reid. Okay, that's who he was going against.
That's it. Wow. I don't even think he's 7 foot.
That's why I put. Yeah, but he's actually a sharpshooter. So Anthony Davis has to play defense. But anyway, it's technically it's an NBA record. So unfortunately they normally don't have context to go with it. So I just wanted to make sure I put that context in there for it. Speaking of context, I was kind of really hoping that Kyle would be here today so I could talk about his second favorite team in the NBA and how dog shit they are.
Bucks are. It's Doc Rivers.
I know. They over the weekend they played the Clippers and there was no PG and no Kawhi. And they won by 7, but they were tied with 2 minutes to go. You can't. There's no way. Imagine just for a second, Chad, if you all played the Clippers and they did not have PG or Kawhi. It'd be a 50-point game. Easy.
It's pretty embarrassing.
It's so bad. And then the following night, the Bucks got obliterated by the Kings. 129-94. Just awful. Awful. The Doc Rivers thing is I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. It's one of the worst coaching decisions that they ever did in league history, in my opinion.
That's pretty bad.
Sixers and Knicks decided that they didn't want to play offense against each other, and they had a final score of 79-73. Woof.
The Celtics scored 80 points in one half this year. Recently,
A lot of teams score 80 points in a half, you know, at least in the 70s for sure.
Crazy.
But then I think they played back-to-back nights, and then the following game it was more respectful.
Yeah.
One of the teams got over 100, but you know, it's been 8 years since you've had a score this low.
Yeah, it's been a while. Until they get rid of the defensive 3 seconds. There's a lot of things that need to change, but defensive 3 seconds needs to go.
So then it'd be more like college. Then you just have a center just standing there.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's because you don't like defense.
No, I love defense. That's what I'm saying. It makes people move and play defense instead of just stand there like a statue.
Yeah, but if you have someone standing there like a statue, it makes people harder to drive. You can't just drive on everybody. That's what Lucas says. Like Lucas, like, dude, this league is too easy because of you could score so much because of the defense and the rules. It's constantly talked about. Like the rules allow this offensive explosion like this.
Well,
they
also
don't call carries anymore. You know, that people say they have the best handles in the NBA nowadays, but you know, back in the day, you had to keep your hand like on top of the basketball, and that was it. Anytime your hand went on the side of the basketball, it's a travel. You know, nowadays, everything you're doing with the basketball 15 years ago would have been a travel. So like the ability to do that, just it makes it more hard to play defense. Players coming up for jump shots, players have to give the player space so that they can come down. Otherwise, they're going to get a penalty or foul call because you're flagrant foul because you didn't let the player come down. Are you kidding me?
You know what player? Yep, Zaza Pachulia for the Warriors went under Kawhi Leonard and ended that potential series against the Warriors. Because he was in Toronto, right? No, he wasn't in Toronto.
He was in San Antonio.
San Antonio. Yeah, that was his last. Was that his last year? No, that was second to last year.
Second to last year because he sat out like the next year, almost all year.
That's when Parker, Ginobili, and Duncan just like, you're just a fucking pathetic piece of shit, basically. Speaking of pathetic pieces of shit, Ben Simmons, another back surgery.
Holy
second
shit.
one in 3 years.
What's that dude doing?
It's injuries. It's mental demons that he apparently has. Just all kinds of. Just retire, dude. Like,
yeah, give up. Just fucking go retire. You probably made enough money. Even though you haven't earned any of it.
He robbed the league. Robbed them. The Nets should file a lawsuit and get some of their money back. Because it's just a robbery. Yeah. Awful. Speaking of awful, unfortunately, Chad, but hopefully it's over now. The Louisville Cardinals have fired Kenny Payne, and his 2 seasons.
No more pain.
12 wins.
The healing continues to start.
12 wins.
12 wins and 2 seasons. Goodbye.
And he had one road win this season.
It
was a good one though.
You have to win at least double digits.
Yes.
In one of those 2 seasons, he needed to win, and he didn't. He didn't win over 10 games. He won 8 games this year. It was an improvement, yes. He doubled the amount of wins we got last year, which was 4. Like, they play how many games? 35? 30?
35
32?
to 40. 35 to 40.
You had another year to get your players, and I watched them play in the ACC tournament. They were fucking trash. Their defense, they didn't have a defense. Well, they did have a defense, but they turned the ball over. They just constantly turn the ball over. Lazy passes, just everything. Fundamentals was You know who had good fundamentals and who was one of the best at teaching and making their players just like the best and tough and have the best stamina? Rick Pitino. He would put this team to shame. If Louisville played St. John's right now, I don't think we would.
Oh, dude!
I don't think
Rick
we would.
Pitino would come for blood.
We would lose by 30, and they have it in them to do that, and they've done it this year. They beat who they beat recently. They beat a team recently that was, I can't remember. It was Creighton. I think it was Creighton. They beat the shit out of Creighton. So,
and Creighton's good this year.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Was it Creighton? You sure?
No, yeah, I think it was Creighton. It was recent too. He was at Marquette. Anyway, Louisville, we need to get our basketball program back on schedule. It's been over 10 years now since we won the national championship. So
last 2 wins were Georgia Tech and Florida State.
For UConn?
Oh, UConn. Sorry, I thought you were still talking about U of L.
Oh no, UConn won.
All right. UConn.
A big game. No, Louisville doesn't win big games. Not recently.
Well, they have one road win this year, and at the time, that was the number 8 team in the country, which was Miami, if you recall.
Oh yeah.
In Miami. So that was a shocker. Nobody saw that coming. Whoever bet Louisville for that game made some good money.
Yeah, they beat Creighton on the 25th of February. 80 to 66.
Yeah. Well, the initial list of potential replacements was Scott Drew, the Baylor head coach.
Baylor's frauds.
Mick Cronin.
I like that.
Yeah, UCLA. Yeah, UCLA. You could definitely take advantage with him.
And then your favorite coach right now, Nate Oates of Alabama.
Biggest frauds. Best offense though. I mean, not the best offense anymore, but
no.
They've been consistent. Last year they were good. This year they're good.
Is there a coach out there that you would like to see?
Rick Pitino.
You want him back?
Fuck yes. Yes, absolutely.
You think that happens?
No.
You think he wants that to happen?
I don't know that he would. I don't know if he would come back after what happened. But I would want him back. I would take him back at 100%. He's better than
everybody and
any of the other coaches that we just named are nowhere near Rick Pitino. Let's just get that straight.
Well, yeah.
They don't even touch him. He's Hall of Fame. They're hope to get to the Hall of Fame. So,
yeah, of those 3 that I listed, I think Mick Cronin has the best chance.
Probably.
Of going to the Hall of Fame.
But no, I don't think he would be the number 1, but I don't. It's either that or the Celtics GM, Brad Stevens.
Really?
I don't. That would never happen.
No way.
Hey, you said
no
dream.
Way.
A boy can dream.
Brad Stevens is going to ride this gravy train as long as he can up there. There's no way he's gonna go back to coaching right now.
But why would Nate Oates leave Alabama to go to Louisville? What is that? Like, he's number 12 on Ken Palm. He's number 3 in the nation offense. Like, he's got a good thing going. Why would he try to rebuild Louisville?
He was their coach last year, right?
Yeah.
He took a lot of heat for the Brandon Miller situation.
Yeah.
And, you know, this might be an opportunity to kind of like wipe the slate clean and get out of it. Not that it's really bothering him right now, obviously. But
no one ever talks about that anymore.
No, because obviously he's somehow in the NBA right now. But you know, I don't know. I don't think a decision would be made until after March Madness is over. I don't think Louisville's gonna. I think they're gonna take their time to make the right fit. But in the meantime, Kenny Payne can come on and come back home.
Yeah, he can
His
go
real
wherever the
home.
fuck he wants. I don't give a fuck anymore.
He can come back
I
to
was
his real
so
home.
excited for him too. Everyone thought that he was gonna do great. Like he has
Former U of L guy.
had the background. I mean,
Yeah.
but no, he's bad coach. Probably a nice person, bad coach.
Well, he can come back home then. He can come sit next to John Calipari and
Go ahead. He can ruin your old team too.
But he never did ruin it.
Well, he will this time. He's learned how to.
All right. Something that happened today that we're all happy about is Duke lost in the ACC tournament to NC State.
They're so bad.
And
love it. It's so awesome.
Filipowski fouled out, and it looked like he was about to cry. And
he should cry because he's the bitch.
Who?
No one feels bad for any of these Duke players. First he trips. He fakes an injury when they stormed the court and tripped a fan, and then he tripped a player in a game, and now to top it all off, they lose in their first game in the ACC tournament.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. To a bad team.
Yeah, I mean, Louisville was beating them at halftime. Louisville.
Bad.
That's bad.
So, obviously, Kentucky had a huge win over Tennessee last week.
That was
last game of the season in Tennessee. And at the time, we were the third-ranked 5th seed. Okay? At the time, before the game. We beat Tennessee, and they put us up to the second-best 3rd seed. What that means to me is if Kentucky goes on to win the SEC tournament, beats Tennessee again, they have a chance of being the 4th 1 seed in the tournament.
Wait, it says, in the East with UConn and North Carolina is your 1 and 2?
As of right now,
oof,
yes.
Fuck,
that's rough,
dude.
That's rough.
That's not good.
We gotta get out of there.
You need to lose. You need to lose in your very first game. Have you all played a game yet, or you all have buys?
We play tomorrow.
God,
we had 2 buys.
You only have to play 2 games to win the
3. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, I forget Friday's tomorrow. I keep thinking.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Crazy.
Yep.
Who y'all play?
That's a good question. I actually was
the game's over yet.
Looking that up as we speak. Let's see if it's Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. I keep forgetting they're in the SEC.
Yeah, that's who we play. And let's see. We played them January 13th at Texas A&M, and they beat us in overtime. That's not good. And that's the only time we played them.
Interesting.
So
out for
I don't know, but it's in I believe it's in Nashville.
Is that
my man?
Bridgestone Arena. Bridgestone Arena. Where's Bridgestone Arena?
I don't know.
Nashville. Yep, Nashville. So
I can't wear this jersey anymore. After
you'll have to
the
burn
last
it.
time
To burn it.
This is one of my favorite jerseys to wear.
Just draw a little bear on the side.
Yeah.
Or just put a C. Just scratch out the bolt and put a C on there.
That day.
The SEC tournament's in Nashville.
Interesting. I thought it would be in Atlanta.
Kentucky fans, as much as you don't like to hear it, one of the best travel fan bases in America.
Big Blue Nation, fucking losers.
And it's 4 hours away. It's basically Rupp Arena at that point down there.
Unfortunately.
And by the way, the East part of the March Madness bracket, that's in Boston this year. So that's don't want to play up there. Don't want to do that. We need to get out of there with UConn and North Carolina. Speaking of, no. Though we did beat North Carolina earlier this year. So
how early?
Bring it. Well, it was before conference play, so it was before.
So it was very beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You have a Ken Palm update.
December 16th. December 16th is when we played them.
December 16th? Okay. That's pretty far away.
Neutral site,
that's
too.
4 months, or 3 months away.
You said you had an update?
Yeah. So not really much has changed. Still have Houston, Connecticut, Purdue, and Arizona, Auburn, all in the top tier, meeting all the criteria. Tennessee dropped out after they lost to Kentucky. North Carolina is on just like right on the edge. One surprising one barely meets the criteria, but is Marquette, number 13 Marquette.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're number 19 in defense and offense. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens next 3 days, because that'll change this a lot.
So updated Ken Palm ratings for the 2024 NCAA tournament came out today. You said Marquette was at 13th?
Yeah, number 13.
Scroll down just a couple more from that one. Just scroll down.
Oh, Kentucky. Yeah. I mean, they're number 6, but they're number
offensively
97. Number 97 in the country in defense, which is that's the scary number.
But the even scarier number is that we can put up 100 points a game. We could put up 100 points. So
the scariest number is Houston. Look at their adjusted defense. Their adjusted defense is 87. The number 10 spot is 94. Like, their defense. I watched a little bit of their game.
I watched a couple games.
Oh my God, their defense is good. They are and they have number 14 offense. So like, they're gonna smother you and not let you score. I mean, yeah, but Kentucky's offense. I mean, if Kentucky gets it going, I mean, they've had it going for a little bit.
Momentum. Yeah, like, I mean, they had 7 games this year where they scored over 100 points. So, it takes 6 games to win a national championship in the tournament. So, if you could get 3 of those games in the 90s, hundreds, that's pretty scary. And guess what? You mentioned before we got on here about Reed Sheppard. So Reed Sheppard and Rob Dillingham are projected lottery picks in the NBA, and they come off our bench. So, it's
impressive.
They can light it up,
and they score like an NBA team.
They really do.
Like, they don't care about the shot clock. It's all about getting in there and getting scoring.
Speed of play is top of the rankings for sure. And they have 4 players shooting above 45% from 3. 4.
That's insane.
It's that's a recipe for success. But it's the NCAA tournament. As long as we don't run into a St. Peter's or
anything can happen.
We'll score 50 points and lose. That's what'll happen to a bad team. Speaking of March Madness, we're finally at it. Selection Sunday is this coming up Sunday. Brackets will start being released at 6 p.m. So cannot wait.
Yeah,
and official games start Thursday next week.
We will be doing brackets, and we'll
post them. I'm excited for that.
We'll reveal our brackets Wednesday of next week.
Yep.
That's
Sorry, I've been so quiet the last segment. I'm just still mourning the loss of Keenan Allen. I think all Chargers fans are right now. That's a tough loss.
That's a tough one.
I mean, that's about as tough as watching Phillip Rivers go play for the Colts. It's not great.
Yeah.
Or LT go to the Jets. He's the best Chargers wide receiver in Chargers history, basically. I mean, yeah, Charlie Joyner is one that's in the Hall of Fame, but most people don't know about him. Fuck. That's going to be a hard one. Bears offense is scary, though. Jeez. You guys better get ready to defend them.
It doesn't matter.
They got to defend us.
Yeah, the Vikings.
They got to defend us.
The Vikings might finish last.
Our young core, and we just got Josh Jacobs as long as he's healthy. That's a scary offense right there. So they need to play defense against us. And we still have the certificate of ownership at Lambeau Field for them. So, we're not worried about the Bears.
Until Caleb Williams actually becomes one of the greatest quarterbacks.
That Southern California boy ain't gonna be able to do nothing.
I know, but
Green Bay.
What if it happens?
Nothing.
What if it happens? What
Or
if he
Chicago?
wins?
He ain't gonna be able to deal with that weather. What'd you say, Michael?
So straight to the Super Bowl.
Right. More sad news. Breaking news that just came out. I'm not sure if you'll know who this is, Michael, but Chad will. R.J. Barrett, formerly on the Knicks. He went to the Raptors.
I saw the news about him. I've heard his name before.
His younger brother just died. So, cause of death is not released yet.
That
but
sucks.
That's not good. He went to Duke, didn't he?
Yeah.
R.J. Barrett?
Yeah.
Well.
His brother did, so we can mourn.
Well, yeah. All right. So today in history, we got overall history and sports history. Overall history, Albert Einstein was born today. 1879.
Damn.
The one of the smartest, dumbest people in the world. It's always a good combination to have, right?
Yep.
And the FBI debuted its 10 most wanted fugitive list in 1950.
God, that used to be the craze back in the 90s.
It really was.
Like trying to find all these fucking top FBI's most wanted.
Mm-hmm. In sports history, in 1978, the NFL added the 7th official, the sideline judge. Do you think they'll ever add more? Or you think they're gonna keep it at what it's at now?
No, they're getting rid of judges. They're getting rid of the chain gang. They're gonna go robot refs.
Okay.
They're only gonna get rid of more.
I don't think it'll happen in the NFL until it happens in baseball when they get rid of the umpire.
Well, they did say they're mulling the idea of getting rid of the chain gang and using like a
Yeah.
RF tag to determine if the ball crossed the
Well, I
first
mean,
down or
the technology's there because soccer uses it for offsides. So, it shouldn't be too hard to implement something like that.
Yeah.
that is one of the stupidest things in the NFL that's just existed forever. Like you have these guys that are 20 yards away from the ball. They're being like extra precise about they're putting it. They're using sticks to measure it when it's just a roundabout location of where it should be going.
Yeah, but
You're
it's
never very
pretty.
accurate.
I mean, for the most part, it's pretty accurate.
It's accurate enough that they allow you to legally challenge it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's not a widespread issue. I don't think.
No, it hasn't been an issue. So
No,
why would they fix things that are an issue when they can just make the chain gang go away so a bunch of retirees don't get to have something to do on a Sunday and don't get to experience that? They're gonna take that away because it's Goodell. He's a money hungry fucking
It's
piece
all
of
about
shit.
money. Yep, it's all about money.
That's all. The NFL's a business, so if they can improve something,
Always the little guy.
Yep.
They probably saw the medical bill of that one guy. There was a famous chain gang incident this year. The guy had his leg fold in half.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't want to pay his medical bills anymore. Get him off the field.
Look at NFL. It's all corrupt.
Also today, 36 years ago, Steph Curry was born.
88, baby.
36. Wow.
Good year to be born.
Happy birthday to him. Now, obviously, those days in history was March 14th. 4 years ago tomorrow, the country shut down due to COVID. It's been 4 years already.
It's all Go Bears' fault. He shut the country down.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. No, it wasn't his fault.
He touched all the microphones.
Well, no, I'm not putting fault on this, but we knew something bad was happening when Kobe died a month and a half sooner than that. So, we knew that something catastrophic was going to follow. I know the whole country shut down, but I never stopped working. Like out in public, which is weird because obviously millions of people did. Did you all have to work from home?
I got the option a little bit.
I was working a job where you couldn't really do your job from remote, but they made us remote. I was probably remote for maybe about a month and a half, 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up taking a job in that period of time where I ended up having to start going to work anyway. So I took a better paying job, but they're like, yeah, you have to come in now. So
and
I unquarantined myself.
I hope nothing like that ever happens again. Obviously, I don't think any of us would want something like that ever happening again. But if it does, please, for the love of God, can they teach people how to wear masks properly? I mean, my God.
People are still wearing masks in their car and outside.
I still see some hanging from the rearview mirror. Why?
If you're in the car by yourself, you don't have to wear a mask. I don't know, where people got this idea that they have to wear a mask every single place they go. That's not how that's not how diseases work.
95% of people were wearing it around their throat anyway.
Yeah, it's a chin. It's called a chin diaper.
Chin diaper. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I a lot has gone on for all of us over the past 4 years. It just kind of surprised me that it's been 4 years already.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's all kind of been a blur. It's like those few years, it's hard to piece everything that happened because there was so much time just spent inside. Became like a functioning alcoholic for a period of that time because what else is there to do? You're just like, what do you guys want to do tonight? Well, can't do much outside, so let's party inside. There's virtual shots and all this stuff. I remember that.
But one positive thing that happened because of COVID. You don't know what that was?
Remote work increased.
Warzone.
Oh yeah, Verdansk.
Oh yeah, didn't it come out the same day?
It
Pretty much.
came out that same month for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
I built my PC that month too. I was like, pandemic started. I was like, you know what? I'm building a PC, and I built my PC just for Call of Duty, and we were playing the shit out of that.
Yeah, that was we'll never get that back. That was, that 9 months was, and then Rebirth Island came out. That was fantastic.
Hey, it's coming back in their season
not-
3 of the current Call of Duty, Rebirth Island.
I'll believe it when I see it.
The same island?
Yeah, they're bringing the map back this
I'll believe
season
it when I
3.
see it.
We'll see. All right. Anything else y'all wanted to get to?
Not really. I don't have much else. Well, the NFL was just popping off the last couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully nothing happens tomorrow. Kind of relax.
Yeah, hopefully Justin Jefferson doesn't get traded.
No, hopefully Justin Jefferson is getting traded to the Chargers tomorrow because we need to fill in that void at wide receiver. I don't know if you've seen all the
Are you gonna pay
tweets.
You don't have
Yeah,
salary cap to
I'll
pay
pay
him.
him. I'll get a GoFundMe going right now. Let's raise the funds.
We'll convert his
let's
entire
see.
salary to a bonus, so you don't have to.
We'll do
I heard
I think it's
OBJ's available.
There you go.
a couple of first-round picks. Not this year, of course. Like maybe the 2030 and 2031 first-round pick. We'll give you those ones in the future.
Wow, this negotiation's over.
Y'all have anything you're looking forward to this weekend?
College basketball championships. I'll definitely start getting into the basketball mindset now. I finally will turn on my basketball watching glasses and watch some basketball. I definitely like this time of the year. It's fun.
What about you, Chad?
You
You have another dance recital?
No, I don't have anything. My wife has a bunch of stuff she has to do, and then I'm gonna watch a bunch of the conference championships and Selection Sunday. That's it.
Yeah. Big, obviously a huge weekend for college basketball. Early Saturday morning, I got to get up and take my son to his next belt test for his Taekwondo. So he's moving on up.
Nice.
Moving on up. So
Good luck.
he can better defend himself in the future. Little inside information there if y'all got it. But we should be back in full force come Saturday. Maybe there'll be some more NFL news. Who knows? There'll definitely be some college things to talk about. And we will get to what Kyle is mad about as long as he's back. So looking forward to all that. This was the Two Guys, Two Seamen Podcast. And we will talk to you all then. Bye.
See ya.